Shoot, I wouldn't say it's weird. I mean, you know, whoever you get your schedule and you prepare like it's the Super Bowl every game. Like for us, we know we're going to get everyone's best shot. So, the focus is still the same. So, nothing really changes for us, no matter who our opponent really is.
And then with Arvo, what makes him a middle linebacker? See, last year he played edge at this point. I thought, a lot of us thought he was going to play outside backer. What makes him a middle linebacker?
I don't know. Arvel's made a lot of strides this year. He's done really well with understanding the defense, the structure of how we play here, and he's getting a lot smarter, and he's super athletic, so he can pretty much play anywhere on the field. So we feel like backer is probably the best spot for him, and he's doing really well with it.
How has Caleb enhanced your defense? Obviously, you came here while playing.
Yep.
Practicing for full offense. How has he enhanced you?
Yeah, he's one of the smartest young players I've ever been around. Really, I mean, he understands football just on a higher level, and so when we go out there with him, it's just excelling our defense just that much more. I mean, he's a super athletic, super talented, but he's super smart too. So I can't say enough good things about him as a player.
People mention his football acumen. It seems good for that adjuster.
Oh yeah.
Does he work with you in tandem and stuff?
Yeah, no, he helps everywhere though. I would say especially at Mike, but he getting the entire defense in the right position. He's really good at doing that. He's like you say, is good football. I forgot what you said, but he's good at football IQ, and he's really showing that he deservedly played really well last year and got a lot of awards because of it, because he puts in the work and he puts in the time and effort.
How much has a game week preparation changed for you now that you have James as the full-time linebackers coach and not really having the defensive coordinator in the room at all times, but having an actual linebackers coach? Has the game prep changed now that you're into game week?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's fully changed, but I mean, it's definitely more. I would say structured. We do that on purpose though, because you always find things that you can get better at. I mean, that's any year, and every other year, you try to figure out where you lacked at and ways you can enhance it. And studying and watching film, especially with young backers, it's something that we can always improve on. So I think that's an area we improved.
When you're not on the field, someone else is going to have to be wearing that green dot. Who is that behind you? And then how? I mean, I would assume as an older guy.
Yeah.
You've got a decent sense for all the other stuff that goes on being on the field, so it's kind of adjusting more to that. For younger guys, what is that adjustment like?
I mean, it's definitely not easy. I don't exactly know who the next green dot would be, but it's new for everybody, I would say, not even just older guys or young guys. And I think it's really good for guys who are getting ready to go to the NFL. It's preparation for that next level. I mean, it's not very easy, but it's getting used to having to communicate on a different level. It's at home games especially going to be tough with you got 100,000 people screaming on third down. You got to be able to communicate effectively, quick, and really make your voice heard in ways that maybe you didn't have to earlier with signals. So it's just gonna be an adjustment, but there's always adjustments in college football.
How weird is it for you to be at home, but you might have the disadvantage? Is that weird for you?
That's something we've taken into account. It definitely is weird, but I mean, I'm interested to see how it goes though, because if it's third down, the crowd gets crazy, and we still got to make a signal or make a call. So maybe we're not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. We're definitely going to be learning on the fly though, because it's something no one's done in college football. So it'll be interesting.
I know whenever you guys play Penn State or wherever, there's you can help in crowd noise to practice to kind of prepare for that. Do you guys do that defensively? Are you prepared for that?
Yeah. We've done that, especially during camp. I mean, that's for anybody though. When you know you're gonna have big crowds, I mean, we prepare for all that. Coach Day does a really good job to make sure we have all those bases covered.
What does Caleb Downs' presence do for you as a middle linebacker?
I mean, it's really just like a security blanket, really. I mean, he's super smart. I was telling you earlier, his football IQ is super high. So it's just another level of another coach on the field, pretty much. So. He's super athletic, super talented, but super smart, and he takes the time off the field really, really intently, and he does really well.
Does he allow you guys to be more aggressive on defense?
I mean, aggressiveness really determines. It's probably around whether the trends of the game. Really, I mean, you're not going to really just send guys no matter what because you have a good safety back there. But it depends on what Coach Knowles is really thinking. So, I can't really speak to at all times. So.
Sonny's moved around a lot. The other day, Jim mentioned that he can play Will and he can play Mike at times, and he wants to get you the rest. What does that say about Sonny that he's able to learn both those linebacker spots so quickly?
I mean, in all honesty, it really speaks to his work ethic. He's in the meeting room all the time. He's always watching film, always doing all this stuff to, just for a shot to play whatever position he's playing. He's doing a really good job. I can't really say enough good things about him because he's putting in that time, and that's really where you win and lose games. Really, it's in that meeting room, it's in the film room, and he's been able to adapt, and he's a smart player, so he's been able to really learn a lot of positions, and he has the knowledge of the safety position, and he's using it to help him play linebacker. So it's really beneficial for him.
How would you kind of describe your communication with Sonny on the field? What does that kind of play out like? What does it look like?
What do you mean, communication and
when he's right next to you, how do you guys communicate?
I mean, it's first of all now because of the radios now we're it's first called, but we try to make sure we know exactly what we're doing at all times because when bullets are flying sometimes it gets a little crazy, but I mean that's one thing that comes with a lot of reps. It's being able to know what they're thinking before they really think it because you've gotten so many reps together. So that's what we're trying to really develop now and try to get on that same wavelength, same page.
Is that where that film room stuff you're talking about with
yeah.
kind of comes into play?
Yeah, no, he's and he asked me a lot of questions just learning about playing linebacker, and I mean he's more far along than just learning linebacker. He's a full-time backer now, but he's been doing really well just asking questions and getting to know the ins and outs of how to play backer.
Two more questions.
The radios, how is that going so far for you, and what's been the challenging part, and what do you like about it?
I do kind of like it. I mean, it's definitely an adjustment, but it's easier to get a call first. You don't have to wait for a call. Your coach knows already given it to you, but it's the struggle is going to be with the crowd. That's going to be the biggest thing. And I mean, NFL games aren't really as crazy as college football games. So I mean, when we have the shoe kind of going crazy, it's going to be kind of it'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes really. But we've been working with the crowd noise and everything, so it's not too bad.
We know it turns off at 15 seconds. When does it turn on? What are you hearing? How quickly are you getting the play call? Do they stop talking so you can relay the play call, and then do you hear more about hey, watch this guy? Coach Knowles can get your ear.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's 15. I mean, I'm assuming it's open once the next play is over. There'll be enough time for us to get a call, but I'm not super worried about that. It's really just we get our call and then we'll relay it, and it's not too much gymnastics really. It's pretty simple. The struggle is just going to be sometimes those mics go out, sometimes something happens, so you have to be able to work on the fly and adjust.
Last question.
In the past, it's been the middle linebacker can relay plays, but also kind of lead the entire 11. Now that you have to bark out orders and kind of tell them what the play call is, you had to adjust the way that you communicate leadership-wise on the field.
Nothing really changes. I mean, even if we were in signals, I'm yelling the call out, and I'm still trying to get everybody set. So that's not really a big adjustment for me. It's just another layer. But it actually helps you become more vocal as a linebacker, especially for the young backers, because they have to now vocalize what they're thinking and what they're seeing, and I think it's a good thing. So,
All right, Cody, thank you.
Cool. No problem.